Erin Savard's hand went to her mouth as she watched the news report. "Terror at Yellowstone" scrolled across the bottom of the screen. Gasps and excited comments from the other people in the cafeteria echoed her shock. A woman stood in the middle of Fire Hill Road looking wildly around, seemingly making a decision. She tried to take a step, and her foot came out of its shoe. Her eyes grew wide, and she paused, foot raised in the air and terror plain on her face. She looked back at her shoe, stuck in the asphalt, then turned to look off camera. The camera panned to the right to show a man reaching for her and urging her on. She took a step, pulling her other foot out of its shoe, and screamed as her bare flesh touched the road's surface. Only her momentum saved her from a faceplant and potentially fatal burns. In 3 steps, she made it to the side of the road and collapsed, moaning, into the man's arms. The camera panned to show other victims, rocking in pain or being embraced by friends or family. Then the video pulled back, showing the news anchor with an expression of professional, deep concern. Yikes! Erin's stomach did a flip-flop as she tried to imagine running on semi-molten asphalt. She turned to look at her 2 tablemates. "I think I'll bring a couple pairs of good boots for the field trip." "What happened anyway?" Leslie asked. "Underground lava flow," Erin replied. "There are tons of lava tubes under Yellowstone. Once in a while, one gets a fresh flow of lava, and it heats the ground, or in this case, the road. And this one was hot enough to melt it quickly and without warning." "And this is normal?" "Well, not normal like afternoon rush hour, but normal like tornadoes, yes." "And you're still going?" Even with everyone seated, Leslie had to look up at her much taller friend, astonishment plain on her face. "Are you insane?" "Of course I'm going," Erin replied. "It's a geology field trip, not a tourist outing. If I can't handle risks, I might as well switch majors. And anyway, what's the fun in just staring at cold lava?" "Fun? My God, Erin! You've got some kind of death wish." Ayanda put down her soda and cocked her head in Leslie's direction. "Lit majors, no sense of adventure." "Screw you and screw that," Leslie retorted. "Friday nights at the High Dive are adventure enough, please and thanks." "I hope she wasn't burned too badly," Erin said after a moment, tilting her head toward the TV. "That looked painful. Normal for Yellowstone doesn't make it any less traumatic for people caught in it." Erin's phone beeped. She looked at it and sighed. "And with that, lunch is over. I, purely by coincidence, have a geology lecture. Want to come, Leslie?" Leslie rolled her eyes without comment and grabbed her book pile. With a casual wave, she headed off for her own class. "She has a point, though," Ayanda said as she and Erin made for the lecture hall. "I've been hearing all kinds of rumors. Over and above the news, I mean. Could it be getting perhaps a little dangerous for this trip?" "We'll probably find out today, but I hope it doesn't get canceled. If I wanted an office job, I'd take up programming like Matt." They entered the lecture hall, making a beeline for their favorite seats. Dead center, 3rd row up, put them right at the instructor's eye level, perfect for getting his attention for Q&A. "Have you called Matt about canceling your Friday date yet? You promised you'd come to our next girls' night out." "Oh, geez, no. And I don't want to end up texting him, not after I lectured the poor guy about him changing plans by text. Oh well, consistency is for small minds, right?" Ayanda opened her mouth to reply just as Professor Collins turned on his lapel microphone, resulting in an amplified pop. The background mutter of multiple conversations was replaced by the sounds of students straightening in their seats as everyone settled in for the lecture. "I'm sure you've all seen the news by now," the professor began. "A week ago, Geyser Hill opened a new fumarole right under a boardwalk and badly scalded some tourists. Yesterday, one of the local roads heated up while a tour group was walking around and trapped some of them. As scary as these events may be, they are neither unusual nor remarkable.